It is time to get to our next guest. Houston mayoral candidate, Miss Demetria Smith. Welcome to the studio, ma'am.
Welcome.
Welcome to the studio, Lisa.
Welcome. Thank you. You want me to
How are you, ma'am?
She pulled it, she
Demetria
said,
I'm
Smith.
great. I'm great.
But you need
Y'all gotta have a card. You gotta at least have something with you. Something visible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't mess your name up too
You
much.
did good. You did good.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. You have my permission.
I'll be calling you Demeter before the night is over. Knowing
That's
me.
not the ballot
No.
name. That's not the ballot name.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yeah, look at her.
I'm messing up. I lost the vote already. I already lost the vote.
She
Just that. I'm so sorry.
The only radio station with a bar.
And we legal.
Let's go. We're ready.
Y'all please forgive us. We like to have fun over here. We like to be loosey-goosey. We like to see people smiling and laughing.
Just be baby, smile, real talk.
Real talk.
Demetria Smith, Houston mayoral candidate for 2019-2020. Welcome to our studios, ma'am. And I gotta tell you before we get started, your name precedes you, ma'am. Your name precedes you. We got phone calls.
Come back to him.
We got phone calls. We got inbox. And it was like, whoa, hurricane is coming.
Wow.
This phone number that's ringing.
This number been calling since 8 o'clock. This number right there.
Okay, so we need to take a phone call already.
Wow.
They've been ready for
And
it.
we haven't even started the interview.
Wow.
Take the phone call, DJ.
They
Bring
called
it.
me too.
I am ready.
Take the phone call, DJ.
I'm taking next.
Okay.
Hung him up.
All right, ma'am. Do you know who the candidates are that you're running against this year? That is my first question. Second question, why do you think you can beat them?
Let's get real about that one. How about
Yeah,
that?
real talk.
Let's get real about that.
Real talk.
Okay, so the candidates are, and I don't mind putting them out there,
Please.
because they're not gonna be voted for anyway, so
Just
they're not
for
gonna
you,
win.
baby.
So the candidates are, number one, we got Tony Busby. Okay, he's supposed to be some type of prominent attorney. We have Bill King, he ran for mayor before, but he used to be the mayor of Kemah. But he ran in 2015, so did I in 2015. Then you have Councilmember Dwight Boykins. This is his first time running for mayor, but he's been Sylvester Turner puppet all this time up until, you know, the firefighters Proposition B. When it passed, he just jumped on the bandwagon with the people. So then we also have Sue Lovell. Okay, she, you know, she's former city councilwoman, but she's in the race for one thing only, and that's to take Sylvester Turner LGBTQ votes. And Dwight Boykins also in the race just to take Sylvester Turner black votes, because he had the headline. So I want to just give y'all inside people what's really going on. They're not trying to win. They was ployed to split the votes, and that's what people do. They throw people in a race to actually split votes. So then, of course, we have Kendall Baker, and then we have Antoine Dahl. He just dropped, I was told, right? Then we have Derek Bros, and then we have Hujami. These are all new people. Hujami, somebody like that.
All of them are new?
These are all new people, and then we got Demetria Smith, of course. It's my second time running. So who the voters gonna be paying attention to? They're gonna, you know, look at everybody, but they're gonna pay attention to people they know. Basically, it normally goes that way, or the person that make the loudest noise.
Right.
So the way that's gonna go, they're gonna pay attention to Demetria Smith, Sue Lovell, because she's former city councilwoman, Tony Busby, because he have a big mouth, big commercial, Bill King, Sylvester Turner, Dwight Boykins. So they're gonna pay attention to 6 people, but although 11 people is in the race, but they're gonna focus in on that. I say that because you have to have name ID, and name ID is just not community activist type deal all the time, but it is person that been on the ballot a few times. They call that name ID. So you have to have ballot ID. So if they seen your name before, okay, that's name ID. So that's, if anybody ever want to run, you want to get your name with name ID. Start somewhere, city council, if you have passion, ideals, and all of that, because that's what the seniors go for. Now, why I think I can win and know I will win. So here as it is. Here's the strategy. Number one, let's start with Bill King and Tony Busby, and it's two of them now. Let's start with those three. And no one take offense to this, but it's the climate we're living in. And I just want to be honest with you all. Right now, I'm not saying that they are when I say this, but to win the race, you have to get the black base. To win the election, you have to go for the black base. So you cannot win an election without the black base. And that's everywhere in the United States of America. So the way, it's a racist climate right now. And who's creating that racist climate? It's coming from the top. It affects local candidates that's running at the bottom. So when you have such a racist climate and then you have the black community seeing police brutality all on social media, official misconduct, when you see all of that, then they pretty much gonna lose that base. Because the black base are not gonna trust any white race, to be honest with you right now. Unless you have some high profile candidate that's not a taskmaster, what I call them, or a coon, what I call them. So if you, I'm gonna call them out. Yeah, if you're not a taskmaster and you're not a coon, then you know if Demetria Smith say, okay, Michael Kubash is good to go, and I say, okay, I'm endorsing Michael Kubash, everybody knows Demetria Smith stand for truth. My followers, my supporters, so they may be looking like, well, you know what? We're going to go with Demetria Smith. And Michael Kubash is a Caucasian guy. And honestly, he's been taking care of the black base for a long time. And he's been authentic with it. Am I endorsing him right now? No, I'm giving an example, is what I'm saying. So, but,
Demetria,
go ahead. Am I taking too much time?
No. Let me interrupt one more time because number one, I don't want to forget this question.
Okay.
We have a very diverse audience.
Of course.
Me and you know what a coon is.
Yes.
I want you to break it down in layman's terms. What exactly is a coon?
A coon is a public servant that gets in office. Number one, they pay their way into office, number one. You know, they gonna work it one way or the other, right? Promises, contracts, whatever. You know, once you bought, and you disrespected at the same time. And you can be sold to the next highest bidder at the same time. So I don't want to ever be disrespected. So you cannot buy me, nor can you're not up for sale at the same time. So they will lose respect for you. Not only the public service, but your voters will lose respect for you.
Right.
So a coon is somebody like Sylvester Turner. And so I say that because he got in, you know, with the black base, making some type of plans, some type of promises, and then he represented the black base. But as soon as he got in there, then he was cooning. And the way he was cooning, he listened to the donors that put him in the race. Y'all know who have the most money. Let's just be real about it. Who carries the money? The purse. It's the white people, and they really do. And do not take offense to this, because it's not about y'all. I want to let you know what's going on in politics, because we family, I feel, up in here. I love diversity, so I want to make sure it's strength and diverse. I want to make sure you all know that. But let me tell you what's happening in politics. It's dirty, very dirty. But you're not get your hand dirty in politics, that you can never wipe them off. So when he got up in there, you know, he catered to the black base because he had to get in the race and he had to win the race. Well, I ain't gonna say he really won that, so we'll talk about that a little later. So he got in there, but he catered to his donors. So he is now what? A coon. He is now what? A taskmaster. He's gonna do what the donors tell him to do. So if the donors want him to write an ordinance a certain way, guess what? He's not gonna listen to the voters. He did not listen to 298,000 people that voted for Proposition B. He turned his back, and that's diversified people voted for Proposition B. He turned his back on people, period. Now, for the black community, everything still looked the same. It's been looking the same since all these people been in office. Al Green, Sheila Jackson Lee, all the rest of them. I mean, like, what's going on? You know, y'all been in office all this time, and y'all talking about the same thing over every year. Every year, they talking about what they're gonna do. They don't do anything but tickle our ears. And so it's just a platform for them to run on every single election. But people are woke now. Voters are waking up now. They're more conscious. They're smarter now than ever before. So you cannot pull one over anybody's eyes. That's in any culture today. So it's best to be honest from the start. Do not let nobody buy you in. Because once they buy you in, your name is dead. You don't belong to yourself anymore. You have another question, look like. You ready for me?
Yes. Now, for those who are listening, that would say, Ma'am, let's put ourselves in a town hall right here.
Let's go.
Someone stands up and says, okay, ma'am, you said Sylvester Turner got in office and didn't live up to his promises.
Mm-hmm.
What if they got up and said, ma'am, how do we know you're going to live up to your promise?
Well, they gotta give me a chance.
Okay.
That's number one. You won't know until you elect me. And once you elect me and I don't live up to my promise, kick me out. I'll show you how to kick me out. You don't have to wait till voting day to kick me out.
Instruction.
It's a partition that you can actually do to withdraw. You can kick me out way early. People need to know that. They can kick the elected official out earlier than voting day. So kick me out if I don't live up to my word. Because I'm going to lead by example. Democracy we lost. Democracy we need to bring back. What is democracy for everybody? It's opportunity. It is freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to express. It's the United States Constitution. It's free to move around, not to be targeted, not to be harassed. Everybody on an equal playing field. We're not on an equal playing field at all. We've been left out. We've been rejected, left behind. And when they run out the black base or deprive and taken from the black base, they're going to come to your race. They got to piggyback somewhere. They have to make money. The government is about making money. And they make money off of people that need. Why and how do they do that? You have a Federal Reserve. That's where the notes are made, right? That's where the money are made, right? So, with that being said, I've been there twice. I got a chance to kind of dissect what was going on. So, when the government need money, they go to the feds for the money. But before you can get money from the feds, there have to be a crisis.
Okay.
And the crisis is overcrowding jail cells, right? That's the crisis, right? CPS, overcrowding kids, you don't have enough foster homes. These are crises, but they manufacture crisis.
Hurricanes.
There you go. That was straight up modified. We didn't even have no hurricane. We had a tropical storm here. Harvey, they call hurricane. So all this stuff was modified. So when they create crisis, then the feds grant them, because they got to prove it with data. So when they prove it with data, and it's all in the headlines, it's proof right there because it's in the headlines. So when the government and the feds actually see, okay, they have a crisis over around jail cells, CPS, need more foster cares, and any other crisis out there, then they grant them the funds, and guess what? The elected official write them a check, out themselves a check, out their grant.
Okay. Okay. I know, I was listening to you. I was just getting ready for my next question. Did you want me to? Okay, okay. Now you're saying that Harvey helped Sylvester Turner a great deal.
How?
No. I thought that's what you said.
No. Well,
But it did.
no, it didn't help him at all. Period, point blank. So, as far as money goes, maybe on that side.
It did. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, on that. Yeah.
Maybe you can talk. Honey.
Yeah, on the money
I'm
side, yeah, but because people still left out and still displaced
And they
right
got
now
the
today. Exactly, they have the money, and it was grant. It's a grant that came from HUD, General Land Office have it right now, so they sitting on it. But now that the city of Houston have the grants from HUD, guess what they're doing? They're loaning it out to the citizens, and then you gotta give up your property.
Loaning.
So it's a loan.
It's a loan.
So they want to put a lien on your property. When your mortgage company already have first, I'm a mortgage loan officer. I've been doing it for 15 years, so I can talk to y'all about that side. So no, every mortgage company want to have what you call the first lien position.
Right.
And what that means is, I'm first, anything happen. You know, y'all gonna pay me first. So that's what the city of Houston want right now. They want to take people's property. They got about 3,000 of them right now. And they the first lien position right now. It's like a hostile takeover. In order for them to have gotten that funding from the feds, like a federal disaster funding, they had to have dead bodies.
Yep.
Stay at home. Don't go nowhere. If you go out there, you're gonna get jammed up in traffic. Y'all know what happened last time? Hurricane Rita. Stay at home. Listen to what Sylvester Turner was saying. You have to have what I say, a crisis. Loss of property, dead bodies, and they have to pay for funerals and all that. You have to prove this to the government, to the feds, that you need the $2 billion you was asking for. I believe they're going for $17 billion right now. So you have to prove to them that you need that. So it have to be a bad disaster, and it was. But it wasn't no hurricane here. It was a tropical storm. That they shot up flares. They can modify. They'll shoot flares and pay attention to the chemtrails and all of that. So when they shot them flares up in there, it brought down hard rain. They can modify, but guess who's paying for them to do that? It's in our water bill. You don't even know. We're paying for this.
Huh. You're teaching me something that I've never heard of before.
Oh,
They
you're
shot-
learning a whole lot more from me.
I've never heard that side. They shot flares.
Yes, I got the report.
Honey, they make the.
They do.
So you're
yes.
saying they're fabricating?
Yes, they
Katrina,
modify
Harvey,
it, and actually it's a state law,
Yeah.
but you're paying for it. I'm paying for it. So pay attention to chemtrails.
I need to, okay,
I got
It's
chemtrails.
called chemtrail. Pay attention. When those planes up in the air, these are flares being shot. So pay attention.
Or chemicals.
Yes,
They release
that's what it
chemicals.
is.
Now, let me be quiet.
Yeah, that's what it is. Chemtrail.
I've
You're right.
never heard of this before.
Oh, I have the modified report. So they inbox it. They know, everybody that know Demetria know I expose stuff.
Okay.
So when they know I expose stuff, they give it to me. So I got the modified report, and I went down to city council, and I exposed them and read the modified report to them. They eyes got big like they hit a pipe or something. Seriously, I'm just not playing. Because I want to know what just happened here. People lost their lives, people lost their property, and I seen y'all just modify this weather. So I actually still have those documents.
So where do I go? Where do I go to find these?
You're not going to
Chemtrails?
Yeah, you can look chemtrails up. You can actually look it up. You got state bills, like the legislative. You can just, I probably have to send y'all something on that, your wife, somebody. But I can send you a bill so you can kind of see how they modify weathers. You can look up like state law on modified weathers, and you'll start seeing. It's going to lead you directly to the link of the legislator's office, so you can kind of see those codes.
All right, y'all. We are with Demetria Smith, a mayoral candidate for 2019-2020. She wants your votes, and we're gonna get a lot more from her before we get out of here tonight. But right now, I think we need to go to DJ Game Tight for one more song, and then we're gonna get back to Demetria Smith.
Oh, yeah. It's Demetria Smith, real talk.
Thank y'all for joining in on the After Dark with Malcolm and Lisa show.
Give us something to jam, DJ Game Tight.
I'm starting singing and beatboxing. You know what I'm saying?
Question.
Believe that gay people should be using the same bathroom.
No, I know, you can't use the same bathroom, and I'll tell you why.
I want to know if you know the difference between sexuality and gender identity. And additionally, I want to know if you know what each letter of LGBTQIA stands for.
Okay, so good question, but let me get back to you because right now, you all been pissed off at me, and I'm gonna say it just like that, since 2015. Since I ran for mayor the first time in 2015, every candidate, not just Demetria Smith, every mayor candidate had the question about the HERO ordinance. The HERO ordinance actually talk about discrimination in the LGBTQ communities, okay? So what it did for you, it protected you so you make sure you have equal housing, it made sure you had employment, it made sure you was able to be in the same restaurants, but that bathroom piece is what all of us, except for Sylvester Turner, every mayor candidate opposed that bathroom piece. And you all have been attacking me since 2015, and you have not attacked any other candidates out there since 2015. You all have been bullying me since 2015 because I opposed the same thing, and it was that bathroom piece that all the other candidates opposed. And let me tell you what happened at the Pride Forum, and I have a witness. I got the loudest applause, and I'm not 45 when I say this. I got the loudest applause from your community. So you're mad by yourself because it was a whole different reaction that night. And also, let me share this with you. I still oppose that bathroom piece, but I say I will draft up another ordinance to make sure that you are not discriminated against. Other mayor candidates opposed, Bill King opposed, Tony Busby opposed, Humanji opposed, Derek Bro opposed, and Sylvester Turner said he was not going to draft it at all, and y'all endorsed him a week later. Are you attacking Sylvester Turner? Are you attacking Derek Bros? Are you attacking Humanji? Are you attacking Tony Busby? Are you attacking Bill King? You're not attacking nobody but Demetria Smith. Tell me why. Who's paying you? Somebody paying you to attack me. me.
Demetria.
No, don't Demetria me. And I'm still going to oppose that, but I'm going to still protect your rights when it comes to police brutality. No, you want to talk. So I'm going to protect your rights no matter what. I'm going to still love your community, but you're not sharing the same bathroom. You have your own bathroom. It is equal rights.
Which
He's
bathroom
a man.
was he supposed to
He's
use?
a man. He goes to the man bathroom. If you're a woman, you go to the woman bathroom. Nobody is confused about that. And let me tell you something else I told y'all that same night. Hold on. Let me tell you what I told y'all that same night. Demetria, nothing. You wait. Hold on. Let me tell you what I told you. I told y'all you make a third bathroom for you. Y'all still didn't want the third bathroom. Y'all want to be in the same bathroom. We have girls. No men is not to walk behind no girls in no bathroom. No women not about to walk behind no little boys in no bathroom. We have a public safety issue, and I am not going to create that issue. You may not say it don't exist, or may say it don't exist, but it will exist. It can be a straight person or rapists want to go in the bathroom and pretend like they're gay.
Is discriminatory. What you're saying is transphobic.
I don't care what you talking about. I don't care what you say. Go to Bill King with that. Go to Tony Busby with that, and go to Sylvester Turner, who you endorse.
Caller.
Who you endorse.
Caller.
We all said the same thing, but you still coming after me.
Caller.
Again, somebody paid you.
Caller, this is Malcolm of After Dark. Malcolm and Lisa. I have a question for you right quick.
Yeah.
Is what she's saying true? Sylvester Turner and everyone else endorsed.
Yes, they endorsed Sylvester Turner. He knocked it. You was there that night when Sylvester Turner said he was not drafted. Did he not say that? He said he was not going to draft that because it was going to get knocked down again, and y'all turn around and endorse that man. But you want to attack me because I say I drafted, but I'm going to leave that piece out? No. Go get that check back to whoever gave it to you.
Let the caller speak, so because we have to clear the
They
line.
always attacking me.
With what
There's some LGBTQ people. And I don't know what it stands for. All I know.
I'm in the
Okay. Well, they always attacking me.
Me too. I'm in the
I'm always in there with them.
Just let the caller speak.
Always.
Because we have
Always
to
in there
clear the
with them.
phone
I have
line.
never ran into
I
it.
appreciate you calling in. We'll
Never.
give, call back
It's
in.
them.
Give us.
Appreciate you for calling in. What's your name again, caller?
Yeah.
My name is Derek.
Yeah, appreciate you for calling in. We gotta release the line right quick.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and get your thoughts out, and then we're gonna have to hang up the line, okay?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Go ahead and get your thoughts
I'm
out right
still be
quick.
your man at the end of the day.
Can I respond
matter
to
what.
her really quickly?
Yes, please.
And respond with the truth.
Okay. I would like to say that Demetria, with what she is saying, is making it clear that she doesn't understand the difference between sexuality and gender identity. With what she is saying about not letting men go in the bathroom with women is not a valid point, because trans women are women and trans men are men.
Who else is saying that?
So she is
Who
committing
else is saying that?
opposition
Answer that question.
discrimination towards the T.
Who else is saying that?
community.
Everybody opposed that. Everybody.
No, Demetria.
Why? Everybody opposed that
I
that
have
night.
no idea.
I know. I got the recording. I have the recording. And he was there. Everybody, every candidate opposed that. Yeah, every candidate opposed
I have
that.
no idea. I can't say a word.
Yeah, we was there. Every candidate said they didn't know what he was.
I was there.
What wasn't every candidate opposed it?
Every candidate did oppose that,
Thank you.
except for Sue. She did say
Yeah,
that she was
except for
not
Sue,
there.
but every
So
candidate
every other
opposed that.
candidate
Well,
did
why
oppose
me?
it. Now, the
Thank
whole.
you.
The
Why
whole,
me?
Go ahead.
So why?
Demetria.
So why are they attacking her and not
Thank you.
anyone else?
That you
Thank
don't
you.
understand.
So,
Thank you.
And every time someone tries
if they attacking her, I feel like
to
this.
you,
Yeah. It's nothing but them. It ain't our people.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
He got the warm up in here.
Answer,
All right.
answer it.
My only problem that I have is you saying them and y'all. First of all, any gay, lesbian, LGBT, don't address them as them or y'all. That's why they're attacking you. Cause I would, you being in the community as an LGBTQ, I feel like when you say y'all or them, that in itself is disrespectful.
That's not why they're attacking me. They're attacking me because of that.
I'm mad, or I feel some type of way because you're saying, oh well, they attacking me or them
How do I
or
need to address
y'all.
them?
Okay, well, how?
Seriously, I'm honest, I'm asking you a question. How should I address that
It's saying how to
culture?
address if they
That
were white,
community.
if they were Mexican, if they were anything else.
And
I'll say
how is that? It's a group
Say
of
that
people.
community, don't say y'all, don't say them, say
It
that
is
community.
a them, and I'm a them, and I won't be
You're not
offended,
them,
but I am.
you're saying them, you're saying
It is
y'all.
them, it's that LGBT community. What is, there's
So-
nothing wrong with that word.
So,
There's nothing wrong with that word.
Okay,
so
okay,
being part
Josh?
of, so being part of the LGBT community, I do understand where you're coming from, because we do feel like sometimes you are under attack. And it may not be fair, but the thing that I think that generates with us is really a passion it is the T.
Right.
And the LGBT, which is, gay, lesbian, bi, transsexual, and then the Q stands for queer or questioning. And, so what Eric was just trying to point out, and he got a little bit heated, was the fact that, the LGBT T is part of the community. And when you're transgender, that doesn't mean it's your brain. So your brain says that you're a female, your brain says that you're a male, no matter what your body says. So right now, they are going to the female restrooms, they are going to the men's restrooms. All we're trying to do is to protect them. So right now, for somebody who's transgender, if they feel like they may not be able to go to the restroom because they don't have a restroom that fits their they are not their gender per se. So what we want to do is make it so where if there is no male or female restroom, then everything should be both, equal. So like you have male or female, and if it is only a male or female restroom, they should just go to the ones who they identify. These are people who don't wake up in the middle of the day and say, I want to be a female or I want to be a male, and today I want to go and harass somebody or want to assault children. So that's the biggest fear that we have in the community, is that people think that somebody is going out there to harm kids. As soon as this bill passes, it's going to give them a right to harm our kids. And that's not what we're saying at all, because that doesn't happen. What we do know that does happen is that it already is happening. People who are sexually, mentally ill, and they are attracted to young children, they are going to the bathrooms, they are doing this stuff already, and that is still illegal.
Yeah.
And that should still be illegal. But what we're trying to say is that we want to make sure that the community, our LGBT community, feels safe, because they don't feel safe. So sometimes they can't go to the restroom all day because they have to I can only feel safe in my house. So what we're trying to do, and I do appreciate you coming on the forum because you spoke about it as well too, but I want to make sure that you understand that the transgender community, you don't wake up and say that you want to be transgender today. You don't wake up and say you want to be transgender, that's how you were born. I was born gay. I'm lucky to identify as a male. I feel like a male. I am attracted to other males. But that doesn't mean that somebody else in their head doesn't say that, hey, you know what, I was born as a male, but I don't feel that I'm a male. And I don't feel that I should be a female. So they do go through that lengthy process, and they go through that whole discrimination that is part of it. And so that's why we wanted just here to educate you as well too, for you to learn, because and attacking you won't help you learn either. At all. Okay. So
We're not about it.
attacking you won't help you. But we want to help you understand. And that's why I think that
I've been under attack.
we want you to understand that, yes, there are things that we can work together, but it's coming together as a community and saying, hey, the transgender community this is what this means. And I hope one day you're able to meet one and talk with one. But it's not gay people, it's transgender people. That's a whole different subject.
Whole different ballgame.
It's a whole different ballgame, and so that's something that's mental. It's in your head. That's what you feel like you are, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have nothing to do with the restrooms. It shouldn't nothing to do with pedophiles, because that's still illegal. So if you assault the children, that's illegal. Is that correct? So if you're just saying that an LGBT person can use the restroom that they choose to, all you're saying is that we're gonna feel comfortable with somebody who's already a male, somebody who already is a female, to use that restroom without being discriminated against. Because you are not for discrimination. You believe in not being discriminated against anybody. But by you saying not allowing transgender people, you would do the hero except for that little part. It's a huge part, because our transgender community, there's been, I think, recently 16 people have died recently and being transgender, whether it's assault or whether they're being killed. And just recently, somebody just recently died here in Houston, and they're transgender, and I don't know their name, but it does affect the community. They don't feel safe. And so when we want you as mayor, we also want that as well too. And they are right when you said that Sylvester Turner did say that he would not vote for Hero, and you did say that you would do, and also HIV funding. So when we talk about HIV, we want to talk about HIV funding, and then you did say that you would vote for HIV funding for the city of Houston.
Real quick, we have a call on the line, but let me make it a little bit more simple. But I'm a straight male, but my thing is, when you're saying LGBT community, and you're saying those people, why can't you just transport the word some? Sometimes when you're attacking all the, the white folks, it isn't, say the word some, because that's what offends most people.
Yes, that's the main
Okay,
problem.
that's the main, situation why everybody's attacking you, because everybody's, they have their own.
No, I'm gonna say no, somebody
I was
can
gonna
somebody.
clear.
And I'm gonna say why, because they're not attacking, and I've been under attack. Every mayor candidate but Sue Lovell have opposed this Hero ordinance. Every last one of them. In 2015, when we ran, and now in 2019. I am the only candidate that have been singled out. The only one. So that's discrimination for me. Now you ask me how do I feel now.
It's not for me because I'm equal.
Let me finish if you don't mind.
I'm sorry.
Let me finish if you don't mind. So when I'm the only mayor candidate that's been under attack by your community, and all the other mayor candidates are not being attacked, and we all have the same opposition, come on, that's discrimination for me. If you are standing up for discrimination, if you don't want nobody to discriminate against your community, and I'm saying it the right way, against your community or some of the people in your community, I will appreciate the same thing. Do not discriminate against me either, because I feel like, wow, we all not. Y'all should have called every last one. Bill King, Tony Bucket, everybody should have been here.
I know,
and you're gonna do it different ways. Trust me, trust and believe they have been contacted.
Yeah, okay, great.
They've been contacted different
things.
But
I'm
gonna let you go.
But listen though,
I'm gonna go after
it was the churches. I gave my position on how I felt about, and that position not gonna change. Because we still have little girls and little boys. That position would never change for me. The churches knocked down that ordinance. Y'all asked me about my position on that. I said I am for Hero. I'm not for that bathroom piece. When that proposition got on that ballot, the straight people killed that ordinance. It wasn't Demetria Smith vote that killed that ordinance. It was everybody in Houston killing that ordinance. So if you're going to attack somebody, you should go after everybody in Houston that killed that ordinance, because I give you my position like everybody else. So therefore, I would still represent the LGBT community in everything that's fair. And when you talk about equality, this bill had not came up. It was equal before. No one said nothing, nobody fought. LGBT community did not fight. This bill came up under these partners. When it came up under these parties, it became a huge, big deal in the community. Everybody had a bathroom, and everybody still have a bathroom. It's equal. I can see, and I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. I follow the Constitution, and the Constitution is equality, and that's what we have to go by. Okay,
equality.
yes it is.
It's not.
You thinking that we left out?
We all left out.
No, it's been ratified since 1868.
When they wrote the Constitution, we were still in slavery. So baby,
Yes,
none of that
but
has
it's
to do
been
with us.
ratified
It
after
has
the
been
Civil War.
ratified.
It has been.
The thing
it's
is,
on the books. The 14th Amendment.
Miss Smith, one
That's
thing,
what it is.
mommy, I don't think you're a bad person. And but one thing
But it has been ratified.
one thing I do think of is that one thing about the South, y'all are not educated on nothing that has to do with diversity.
You know what? You're actually wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
Because
I'm not wrong.
did you
I'm not wrong.
ratify?
Because if you would let a pedophile in a man's bathroom and tell him he can still go in there because he's a man, then you should let a transgender or whatever else go in any bathroom as they please. Because that same pedophile that still is registered as a pedophile that can still get a house, they can still get approval.
Is that a law?
No.
Is that a law?
What you mean?
Is that a law you talking about?
A law about what? About a pedophile going in the bathroom?
Yeah, is that a law?
No, it's not a law.
Okay, I'm talking about laws.
make it easy to go.
Nobody's trying to pass it.
Just a second.
Nobody's trying to pass it.
That's a problem.
Nobody's trying to
Just a
pass it.
second, Ashley.
Nobody's trying to pass it.
Ashley, just a
It
second.
won't get passed.
Just a second.
It will get passed.
No, not with the bathroom.
Hey, oh,
Miss
it's gonna
Smith.
get passed, I guarantee you.
Miss
It's
Smith.
gonna
So,
get
but I want
passed.
us to know that it has been ratified. See, you gotta know your history. We all must know our history.
We do.
Y'all, you remember the American Civil War, right? We kicked butts. The slaves kicked butts with the British.
We sure did.
And the reason why the slaves kicked butts with the British, because we was trying to free ourselves.
Yeah.
We was tired of getting hung
Yeah, we
and
were.
whippings and beaten
Correct.
and hungry.
Correct.
So guess what? When the British came to America and they tried to fight America, the only thing that was in our head, man, hold on, I'm about to free myself too. So if it wasn't for us, the black folks,
Right.
baby, British America would have lost. We're the one that fought and won America, and that's why they try to give us our reparation. That's why we'll do our reparation. We was included in 1868. We was included in the 14th Amendment. Let me tell you what was actually for us in the United States Constitution that we all must know. The 13th Amendment was for us. It was amended for us. The 14th Amendment was made for us, and the 15th Amendment was made for us. But let me tell you something. Police officers, they only know 1 through 10. They don't teach them, and they don't teach them the rest. You know, you hear them talk about comply, comply, comply. The 13th Amendment abolished complying with anybody. We don't have no masters unless we under some type of conviction. You got to understand where your rights are. The 14th Amendment gave all of us equality. You treat me as a black person, you as a black person, the rest as you treat the white person.
At the end of the day,
That
it
means
might
we
gain
wasn't
equality,
supposed to
but
be
it don't matter to this day. The laws don't matter, the amendments
Who
don't
know
matter,
the
it
public
don't matter at
service
all.
don't matter?
The public service, the thing
They
is,
don't matter, because they circumvent your rights.
the thing
They
is,
going around your law.
the thing is, the laws and all that, it don't
They going
matter.
around that.
It does not
It
matter,
does
Mama.
matter.
It does
You
not
have-
matter, but hate.
You know where your
hate and
power
money.
is?
The
Come on,
America
you know
was
where your
built
power
on-
is?
The America was built on rejects,
Let me tell you
Rejects.
where your power is.
Rejects.
I want you to understand where your
Greed
power
and
is.
Town meeting.
Hold on.
And they have to go to Mississippi.
Power is in
You
my
are
voice.
on
Yes,
Real
my
Talk
power is in my
100
voice.
video.
My voice and yours, and I need you to understand that you can actually make this happen, but you gotta just open up that stuff.
That
You gotta
bathroom is not gonna get me
and that's
out.
crap.
All right,
That's
y'all.
law.
We have
That's
a
law.
That's it. We'll work on
we
the
have a
bathroom.
caller.
But
We have a caller.
I need you to
We
work
have a
on
caller.
that stop shit about your system. Because
Get
it's the
what?
South that's the problem.
You what?
Caller, are you on the
No,
line?
I got the Constitution.
Ladies. Ladies, let us pay the caller a little attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, caller. Who am I speaking with today?
You got a call.
You're speaking to Ashton Woods.
Come on,
Uh-oh. Why is everybody clapping? Uh-oh.
because they don't think he tough.
She's still
He
talking right now.
already.
Ashton, do you think you're tough?
Yeah. He think he tough. He know.
Ashton, sir, do you think you're tough?
So, okay, my name is Ashton. Ashton P. Woods. I'm with Black Lives Matter in Houston. What I've noticed Demetria do is called a black man a coon while invalidating a black woman sitting in front of her while listening to a white man silently and intently. You have invalidated black
He is a
LGBT
coon.
people, black trans people
He's a
exist,
taskmaster.
and you
I'm not
can't
gonna take that
you
back.
cannot keep talking over people
He's a coon.
if they're going to vote
Yeah,
for
he's
you.
a coon. I'm not gonna take nothing back. I'm unapologetic. He is a
Why are you
coon.
yelling?
Because I can. That's my First Amendment right.
No, you're right, you can, but I'm a voter.
My First
But I'm a
Amendment
voter.
right. You
And
want
so,
to
let's keep it real. No one is scared of you. No one is scared of you, and at the end of the
I'm
day,
not scared of
you are a
you.
bigot, you
I'm
are a
not
liar,
scared of you.
you are not an attorney,
I'm not
you are
scared of
unqualified to be
you.
a mayor of Houston, and I
Yeah,
will
I'm
do
not
everything
scared
in my
of
power to
you.
make sure
They
you
know
never
me.
win the
They
race
just
in
want
this city or this state.
They want a platform.
Okay, Ashton, I have a question for you. Ashton, I have a
You want
question
to be
for you.
working in advertising?
Can you hear me?
Bring it. I'm a mayor of Kansas. You need all the
Miss-
fees that you can
Miss
get.
Smith.
I'm having your fees.
Miss Smith, I'm gonna
Because you
try
arguing with me. I'm having your fees.
to. Miss Smith, I'm gonna try to defend you for a second. I'm gonna try to defend you for just for a second. Ashton, sir,
I'm here.
I have a question from me,
I'm listening.
and I need to know why you are hostile with Demetria Smith and not with the other candidates. And they all stand, and they all stand for the same thing.
No. I have been hostile with the other candidates. You putting words in my mouth. See, because she's saying they, and you're taking her word as truth. We are going after everybody who goes after the LGBTQ community. I have come out against Bill King, I have spoken out against Tony Busby, and I have even turned out and spoken out against Sylvester Turner.
Okay, that's
Because what
fair.
you don't realize is you claim the LGBT community endorsed Sylvester Turner when he bought that endorsement. We do not endorse him.
Okay, that's fair,
You
sir.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir,
And then
that's-
furthermore, the reason for my hostility
That's pay to play.
is there's a black woman who identifies as LGBT, and you have overtalked her every time she has to say something, and you let the white guy next to you talk without interruption.
No, I let him
That's cool. When you uplift people who don't look like you, who look like you are a part of the problem.
Whatever, you're
And
the
you are
problem.
big.
You're the problem. So here's it is. Josh came to me very respectful.
Argue with your mouth.
Hold on, baby.
I said
Josh
what I
came to me
said.
very respectful. Now he just calling you out. He said, you're a white man. I respect you more than my black sister. That's not what it is.
That's
You're wrong. You're wrong. He handled me differently.
Clearly the woman that's sitting
He
in front of
handled
you
me
that I'm
differently.
watching,
This my
I
sister.
thought her
We both the same.
I ain't talking about me because she cut me
you
off
need
when
to
I was trying to
apologize
talk
to
when I was
black
trying to
people
ask
right
her
now for invalidating LGBT people who are black.
Because you
we
can't
are
be
poor
a-
just like you,
Josh,
we're
you can't
just
be
like you, and we need people
So
to
I
look out
understand
for
my
us,
culture.
and you are in a
We're gonna
position of
have that
privilege and
Yeah,
power.
She's
see what I'm
very
saying?
passionate. But
Yeah,
the thing is,
I understand, but Josh
you have
came
to
to me
understand-
very
I appreciate you for calling in. We're gonna hang up the line because we got other callers trying to call in. Thank you for calling. We'll talk about that later.
discriminate against all our lives, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a gay
I
black
didn't know
woman.
what he said, so I guess he was moved.
All
But
right.
Joshua was very respectful, and I'm gonna say that. He handled me differently. You educated me tonight.
Well,
You
and that's
did.
what we're here for, you know, is we.
They didn't do it. They just bullied me.
Thank you for calling. We'll talk about it later. Stand by, please.
We want to educate you. We want to make sure that people are educated when they come to the show. You know, Positive Impact, I host the show on Mondays from 7:30 to 9:30, and it's all about HIV. So I do appreciate you do saying as well too that you would fund HIV funding. Sylvester Turner has said that he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't put Hero on the board. You know, so while everybody is upset as well too, we have been calling out the other candidates as well too. I know I have. I know Ashton has. I know Eric has as well too. I follow their feed, even though I'm not friends. I don't know them personally. I do follow them on Facebook, and they have been very vocal with the other candidates as well too. But we all know Sylvester Turner. We all know Sylvester
Baby,
Turner.
I'm on a plate.
But we also need to be
Because they
respectful
know,
towards
they know I can win
everybody.
this race.
We have to be respectful towards everybody.
Sweetheart,
especially people
it's
who
never
are
gonna happen in the
voters.
South.
Okay, this is what I do
Well,
know
you'll
about
be
politics.
surprised. I will be your man.
No matter who be in office, you're gonna go through something regardless.
Exactly. And that's true.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna vote with you with this attitude and go on, because if anybody come at you, it seems like to me you gonna come very defensive real quick. When they trying to get questions, they trying to get answers. So if I follow you and I continue to see this behavior, I can't accept that.
And then you know what? You have a right not to.
But this is what I do know, because I do work around the mayor. I have worked around other past administrators.
You not.
I don't think that Mayor Turner is against the LGBT
What?
community. He was Grand Marshal, wasn't he?
Just don't say you represent.
Okay.
You
But the thing is, what I have preached is, if you begging for something, it don't take you, it don't, if you go by yourself to the city hall, you gotta come in numbers. He will move. He might not be educated enough about that department, but he have somebody over that department.
But he's one.
So, and that's his business. If he is one, yeah, okay, yeah, but I'm just saying. So, but why you discrediting? Why would you discredit him? If he is,
You
he
don't
is.
understand.
He did not
Yeah.
come out publicly.
Yes, he did.
Fully, he did
Yeah,
not.
he did. He got
Not
$5 million
fully.
too for it.
Not fully, fully. You know what I'm
My
talking
thing
about.
is, we gonna switch the subject on the LGBT community. My thing is, okay, the crisis budget. They keep saying, if we don't spend this amount, we go be in bankrupt. We go do this and this and that. Okay, fine, cool and dandy. How are you gonna file, or what can you do to improve the finances of the city to bring more revenue, to make us a more better diverse city? Are you for diversity, or are you just for the blacks, or you just for the Caucasians because they got more money on this side?
I just talked about that. I'm not assuming.
Well,
No, I don't follow money like that. So, but let me tell you what I'm for. I'm glad you asked that question. But before I do that, I've been under attack since 2015. So I've been patient. I wore a halo at first. You can't continue to wear a halo when some continue to attack you over and over and over, and you expect me to be calm. So you catching the butt end of what I've been going through with some of the people. So I want to just make that clear. So my emotion gonna run high because I get tired of going under attack with some of these people when the other candidates are not being mistreated the same. So that's where they're not.
That's understandable.
So, but to your question though, let me answer your question about the so-called shortfall. And I say so-called shortfall. Did you not notice that we already have an expenses over $326 million? So there was no budget crisis. Why do we have leftover of $326 million? Let me educate you on some of these shortfalls they talk about. Remember what I said. You said the word crisis. Okay? So before I told you when they make crisis, they get more money. Okay? So they manufacture crisis. Understand what government and politics is all about. Now, how do I bring in more revenue? Okay, so we're not going to lift no revenue cap, right? We're not doing that. We're not increasing property taxes. But by me being in the mortgage industry as I am in, we can expand the tax roll. We can expand the tax roll. When I say we can expand the tax roll, that means bring more home ownerships. Because 70% of our revenue come from taxpayers. It comes from property taxes. So let's expand that since 70% come from it. And then we can also pay our firefighters once we expand it. But why don't we expand it? Again, they need poverty. They need poor people. Once they get poor people in poverty, they got needy people. When they get needy people, they go get money from the feds. Again, they don't want people out of poverty at all. They want more crisis. They can only make money through crisis. Understand where we at. Everything you hear is propaganda from these people, pandering, and they're lies. They are straight lies. It is time to get somebody in there that's going to make sure we execute the United States Constitution that we're now included in since 1868. Okay. That's the policy.
Let's get to our caller. We have about 15, 20 more minutes left in this interview. We've got to get these callers, and we've got to get the final thoughts from Demetria Smith.
Yes.
Caller, are you on the line?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Who are we speaking with tonight?
This is Tara Taylor.
Hey, Tara.
Karen Taylor. How are you tonight,
Tara.
I know who she is.
Oh.
She was one that used to attack me. So
All right.
let's see how she goes.
So I have a question.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I already hear her fussing.
I know I'm on her. I know I'm on
I have a question. I can't hear her, but I have a question. So last year, Demetria, you ran for governor.
Oh, bring that hot check.
And you wrote a check
Yes, that's clear.
to the state of Texas to pay your filing fee.
Yes, ma'am.
And that check bounced.
Yes, it did. It was hot.
My question is, how are you going to be able to manage the city's budget when you can't manage your pocketbook?
Okay, so good question, but let me educate you on something you did not know. And next time you have a question publicly like that, make sure you have facts.
She hung up.
Yeah, she ain't want to hear it. Okay, so next time you ask a question, make sure you have facts. You already know, Tyra Taylor, because you're part of the problem as well with attacking Demetria Smith. And you've been doing that since 2013. So anything hot that comes out on the press about Demetria, oh, you're going to go and grab it because y'all need something, right?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you, baby.
Let me get it.
Everybody, the struggle is real. Who cares?
No, that's not what it is. So anyway, so what happened was, no, I'm going to tell you, no. You got to understand where it comes from, okay? So anyway, somebody from the Texas Democrat Party already gave me the scoop. They held my check for 2 weeks. Get some facts, okay? So somebody on the inside already called me and said they held my check, Tyra Taylor, to get me off the ballot, okay? And let me also educate you on something also. So even when I filed, they called me 28 days later. Why you calling me 28 days later talking about my check bounce? Okay? It don't take 28 days for a check to return. Okay? So another thing, when they called me, I was driving down Fondren and said my check bounced. Her name was Crystal. They called me from the Texas Democrat Party. I said, oh, it bounced? Well, let me go ahead and give you my debit card information and go ahead and take the money. She hung up in my face and said, before she did, unfortunately, we're going to remove you off the ballot. And let me tell you why they did that. Because they chose Lupe. You remember Lupe Valdez? The Texas Democrat Party recruited her, and then the Harris County Democrat Party recruited Andrew White. So I was not on the recruited list. Y'all know they recruit their candidates. So you don't never have no election, baby. You have selections, okay? When the parties start recruiting candidates, they talk alike, they look alike, they walk alike, and they're going to have the same agenda, which means going to continue to oppress you, and y'all going to be looking for $1 or $2, and y'all going to jump on that bandwagon and be the many oppressors too. And the other thing you did not know, I actually filed a federal lawsuit against the Texas Democrat Party for lying and saying my check bounced. Did you know that? You didn't know that. So if my check really bounced, why do I have a federal lawsuit pending? It's over with now. Why did I have a federal lawsuit against the Texas Democrat Party? No lie, you can't bring no lawsuit in the federal court. But that's what you did not know. And I tried to do a press release on it, but the press wanted to keep out the old press and the bad press about Demetria Smith. They didn't want even me to cover that story. And also, did you know the Texas Democrat Party had me arrested? Okay? And they didn't even have me arrested over no check. So if my check really did bounce for $3,750, why they didn't have no criminal charges against Demetria Smith? They should have put criminal charges against me. They didn't do it because they know what they did, and I tried to cure it. The other thing, I came in as a write-in candidate, and when I came in as a write-in candidate, they had me arrested for just showing up at a farm. Just showing up. And my case got dismissed. So y'all have been attacking me. The party have been attacking me since I ran. And the reason why y'all attacking me so much, because I'm a rising Barbara Jordan. I'm a rising Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm a rising Malcolm X. I'm a rising civil rights leader. And that's why the Democrats is after Demetria Smith the way they are. I hope, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be just this way. And I'm going to still be your mayor.
I understand your emotion. I understand your emotion because
Thank you.
That's one of my shortcomings too. If you steady attacking me, I go in attack mode.
That's it.
So
it's natural.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in these conversations. I haven't been in these conversations, but I'm going from what you're telling me. And if you're telling the truth, I would be in attack mode too. Do we still have a caller on the line?
I've been going through this.
No caller on the line.
They'll get the activists after me, the public servants. I've been going through this since 2013, and I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired.
Tired of the attack.
I'm tired of attack.
And that's fine. And I get it. But at the end of the day, you're going to. The thing is, I get it. But you're going to always get attacked if you say you for a certain party.
I'm not for no party.
Okay, let me put it like this.
I'm a proud Democrat.
Community.
I'm proud Democrat.
I'm sorry, when I say party, I mean party, like
okay.
Community. You can't say that if you're not really for them at the end of the day. You can't say that if you don't believe in the restroom thing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're not for us, babe.
No, that's your opinion.
That's facts.
No,
that's facts. You can't say, hey, Ashley, guess what? I love you, I'm for you, I'm your friend, but because you're a man, you can't come in this goddamn bathroom.
Yeah, I can say
but
that.
I'm for you and I love you though. Her. No, you're not for me.
Yes, I will.
Because you will fight for me if I'm your friend.
You're in the bathroom, that's not social injustice.
No.
That is not a social injustice.
What you mean? What you mean? It's transgenders and everybody want to go to the same bathroom and shit. If that's a woman, I'm going to go to a woman. If I feel like I'm a man, I'm going to go to a man. Whether it's a strap-on or a real dick, I'm going to pee on a goddamn
What's wrong with the third bathroom?
What you mean?
Seriously.
That's separation.
No, I said I'm off of that, right?
It's the same.
That's separation.
The thing that's wrong with the third bathroom is the same damn thing that was wrong with the white and the goddamn black. That's the thing that's wrong with the third bathroom. It's separation and segregation.
It's separation right
You
there.
can really win, mama. Honestly, I love your passion. Honestly, I love your passion. I love your heart. And you almost there and I see it. But that South shit, and that's on some real, that South shit gotta get out your system.
No, I have the Constitution in my system.
No, you have that South shit in your system. Because the Constitution is crap. Because they got bathrooms. Because the Constitution is crap. Because they got bathrooms that transgenders can go into.
Have you?
I read my own damn constitution
so
that consists of black people and everybody.
It's getting hot in here.
One person gonna grow meat, one person gonna do this, and we all gonna be
I can't
living
talk
and
to
living
you
good
if
and
you
being
haven't read
ready.
it.
You
gotta read that.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Rodney Price talking too real. I'd like to ask something, and I know the callers out there, and this is just to be.
There's a bunch of LGBTQ callers out here.
Absolutely.
It's not even, you know.
Let me ask it on a fairer scale, like I said. This is Rodney talking too real. What I want to know is, has there been any data now for somebody that's a heterosexual, and I try and make certain I embrace everything that everyone is saying. Not what my mind is, I have to listen.
Right.
And I know a lot, I can hear it right here, right now, that a lot, you hear them, wait, they're talking, but you're not quite connecting with them. But I get and I understand.
But she got a
your
little
side
compassion
also,
in
so
there.
I can't
She
say
don't
that.
want to let it out
And
though.
I
She
get
don't
that.
want to let it out though.
And she's absolutely correct. If someone is in love that you have there as a friend or something, you embrace all components of that. And I can see where they can find a separation in your delivery. I understand your status and point on that. But my question then comes back around. Has there been any data or anything to show that transgender or gay or anyone in that community has committed a surplus of crimes underneath that banner or anything that makes anyone that supports that?
And then ask her to tally that shit up against a straight male crimes in the bathroom.
But he still have a question though.
So that's just asking someone when your stance is as strong as it is. Has there been any data to support that has been the
No,
case?
and they're trying to prevent that from happening.
Right. Well, here's the fairness. Here's the fairness in what they're saying now. If there has been, that's almost like saying if you allow blacks to drive, they might create more crimes. It's almost like you're profiling before something.
Correct. It's all right there, but guess what actually happened? Y'all keep talking about transgenders are getting killed, and y'all call out 16. Black people getting killed every day.
Right.
White people getting killed every day.
But when
Straight
you
people
say-
getting killed every day.
that's
Y'all
true.
can't be a little number of 16.
Well, when you say
Millions
y'all,
of people get,
that's
some
why-
of y'all.
right? No,
Okay, let me go ahead.
but the word y'all, and when you say y'all,
Some of y'all
anyone
are
gets
giving me this
offended.
data of just 16 people.
I-
When you
listen,
got people
I'm
get
with you.
killed every
Remember,
day.
And
the
them
wo-
same people that's getting
Yeah.
killed, they get killed by the same families that wrote the goddamn Constitution.
it's the wording. It's Ms. Smith. In all respect, and listening to you and feeling and understanding you, delivery matters. Trust me, within the company and everything, I understand all of that. When you say y'all, them, and no matter who it is, no matter where they're coming from, when they hear those keywords, those things stick out, and then people are
Well,
going
it's
to
a habit,
attack
so I
that.
have to work on that habit. So
And that-
it's not gonna happen overnight.
That's
You
receiving.
see what I'm saying?
That's a step in the right
I'm
direction.
trying to correct myself.
Absolutely.
And it takes us some time.
Thank you,
Get it.
I appreciate you.
Did you get your question out, sir?
She actually said there is nothing to support that. So for anyone on the radio listening for data not to support that,
Wait, so ask her to run the same damn data
Hold on,
on a
y'all.
straight white man.
We have to get to this caller. We have to get to this
I'll
caller.
let y'all do that too.
Everybody hold your
But still run
thoughts.
the data. And I guarantee you some shit come up.
Ashley, please hold your thoughts. We have a phone call.
I'm just strong.
We have a caller. Hello, caller.
I don't let you attack me.
Who's calling in today?
I don't let you attack me.
I'm here. I'm just waiting for the mayoral candidate to give me a chance to speak.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
That's Anita.
Oh,
Good evening, Ms. Smith. How are you?
this is who the other cup's for. The other flask is for.
My name is Demetria Forges. I'm one of the co-owners of the radio station. I've been following you for a minute, and I've actually been listening to you this evening. I think that everybody is entitled to an opinion. Your heart guides you where you choose to go. I'm listening to you, and as though I have so many questions, I know they'll never get answered because you've been attacked so long, all of your answers come out defensive. Now you say that the government creates crisis to get funding. Everything is political. Then you're no different. Because you're creating a crisis by always saying, oh, I'm always being attacked. They always doing that. They always doing this. Then when they corrected you about being segregated in your responses towards the LGBT, now you've become arrogant and saying some of them, most of them,
I'm becoming
a lot of
educated.
them, you're still
No, I became
riding the fence,
educated, not
honey.
arrogant. You attack
And I'm not attacking you.
Yes, you are.
One thing you can never say is I'm attacking you.
Yes, you are.
What I would like to do is embrace you and sit down with you and educate you on what we go through in the LGBTQIA community, love, because your ignorance is amazing. Because you know zero.
Do you know anything about the Constitution? If you don't,
listen, everything that I need to know. We're not talking about the Constitution, my love. We're talking about your attitude, your responses, and your look on the way you deal with things. And your defenses. Do you know about the Constitution? I said in American history just like you. Let's just talk woman to woman without being defensive. Because like you frown when you talk, you roll your eyes when you respond, you shake your bob. I'm not doing any of that. I'm having a civilized conversation with an African American woman who wants a seat that she will never earn. Just like that bathroom bill will never get passed, you will never be a mayor in Houston. You're unfit, honey. The Constitution ought to write an extra amendment to secure that information for you. Stop paying that fee, because you'll never get that seat.
I don't get it. You get off the phone.
Danita.
I bet you won't.
Danita.
I bet you won't. The only seat you got is the seat in my radio station tonight. You got that.
I don't care if it's your station.
Danita.
You'll get off that mic before I get off the phone. That's you so shook by being able to defend yourself that you don't even you sound like
I feel so helpless.
So you don't even know how everything is debatable. I'm screaming and fanning your own. I'm holding a conversation with a woman who can't stand on her own. Your foundation is weak, dude. That's why they don't put a white person in office. Because as a black woman, you ain't even strong enough to stand on your kitty heels. But you want to step on the backs of the LGBTQ and say, oh, I'm being attacked. You're not being attacked. You're just being stopped because you're ignorant. And you don't know that ignorance is simply the lack of knowledge. You fail at being knowledgeable about things that are supposed to advance the city of Houston. You don't have it, love. You can keep doing this all day long. Guess what? You lucky I didn't come to that station. Because had I been able to come up there, you would have clocked out 20 minutes after you got there.
Why you inviting me?
I'm not.
Why you inviting me? Why you inviting me? I'm all of y'all. All of y'all. You didn't bring me down.
Just like the hero deal won't get passed,
Nobody in here brought me down. So are you mad? You mad because I still stay
strong? Never make it to
you
college.
gotta be mad.
No.
You mad because I still stay strong. She didn't break me down.
Everybody, hold on.
She tried to break me down. She can't break me down. She bumping on and she bumping on nothing.
Demetria, please.
See how easy it is to rattle the cage in the movie? See how easy it is to rattle the cage?
Yeah, look how you are. Look how you are.
You made this phone call so easy. You let this little lady call and shake your whole wig, sis. I really want you to be strong and smile.
Look how disrespectful you are.
You got on good deodorant.
Look how, see how ghetto she is?
Ghetto.
That's one of my hosts.
She really ghetto.
She talk about wigs. No matter. She ain't disrespect me on her show. She ain't disrespect me on her show.
Do you know the Constitution? Do you know the Constitution for the rest of your life?
Wig and deodorant.
This is your
That ain't nothing to say. That ain't nothing to say.
Get off the phone. In your show. In your show. Get off the phone.
Black people is passionate. I mean, you gotta get to a no black woman that's passionate. Don't do it like that.
No, she didn't be like that. I'm not gonna do her show. I don't care.
We're gonna take a break.
You're not gonna disrespect me.
From the Alicia show. We'll be right back.
This is the urge to tear your hand in my soul.